Peggy 12.
Hey, I'm Zoe from Harmonics, and today I'm showing off some of my hottest tips and tricks for mastering freestyle in FUSER. Let's get right to it. When I get to freestyle, I'm going to focus on the fundamentals of making a mix. So I can choose from 4 elements: drums, bass, lead instrument, and vocals, and I'll just drop them into my mix one at a time. So I'll start with my drums, and how I'm going to bring that into my mix is I'm going to tap on the button on my gamepad that corresponds with the icons that I'm seeing right in my crate up here. I'm going to start out with drums, and I'm just going to go ahead and tap on this blue button here and bring it right into my mix. Alright, I'm going to do the same thing with bass up here, and I can also drag and drop as opposed to just tapping it into the mix. So I can choose whatever slot I want to bring it into. Alright, that sounds good. I just want to go ahead and round it out with some vocals. This sounds great. And now that I have a mix that I like, I'm going to play around with some of the other deck controls I have available to me here. So one thing I can do is adjust the key and tempo. I'll go ahead and bring up this tempo a little bit. And then I'm going to play around with this cue that I have here. So this empty space beneath my deck is a cue that allows me to drop discs to be set up for bringing into my mix in the future, as opposed to having to drop it directly into my mix from the jump. So I'm going to go ahead and cue that up here. And then I've got a couple options available to me here for these deck controls, one of them being swap, so I can super seamlessly transition between 2 different individual discs. Alright, let me cue up a couple more discs and show off some of the other functionality. Alright, so you've seen me swap a couple times. I can also mute discs if I want. I could solo. Or I can eject discs that I no longer want in the mix. Alright, and then I can also do some custom instrument recording that I can drop directly into my mix. So I've moved over to my instrument page here, and I've got a ton of different options available to me, from synths to bass, strings, horns, drums. I'm going to go ahead and bring some synth bass into it, and what I'm going to do is I'll tap on this make a loop right here, and I can adjust the length if I want. So I'll go with 4 measures right in the middle, and then I head over to this instrument pad. Every single one of these squares has 2 different sounds based on which button I push. So I'm going to go ahead and click on whatever square I want, and I'll just move my cursor around a bit to make it melodic. Alright, and once I've recorded something that I like, I can either tap it directly into my mix, or I can drag and drop, or I can cue it up if I want. So I'm going to cue it up there, and then I'll just bring it right into my mix. Alright, so I really like how this mix sounds, so I'm actually going to go ahead and record it. So I'm going to head over to this icon, enter into capture mode by pressing A right over there, and then my recording interface comes up. So when I tap on this button, it's going to start recording from the very top. Before I do that, I can adjust the length if I want to. So I can record a mix as long as 64 bars, which would be 2 entire runs through this beat timeline, or I can do something as short as 8 measures. So I'm going to go with something in the middle with 16, and I'm going to go ahead and start recording. It'll count down, and then record this mix from the top of the beat timeline. Alright, so I like that, but I didn't want to do that exactly as I did right there. So instead of having to start from the very beginning, I can actually just rewind to the part that I wanted to change and redo it. Ooh, okay, I really like how that sounds. Let me go ahead and put some more drums right on top of that. Excellent, so I really like how that sounds. My capture is complete. So what I'm going to do is head over into my mix preview, where I'm able to watch back what I've just done, and I'm going to go ahead and save it. Before I do that, I'll name it. All right, I like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and share it. I'll get a notification that it's being shared with my FUSER followers, but for anybody who's not on FUSER, I can actually export a video that'll save locally, and I can share it on any socials of my choosing. So I see it's rendering right here. It'll play back my mix along with any of my custom stage options that I chose. You see my custom avatar there. I'm actually not going to export this right now, so I'm going to go back so that I can see that I've earned some XP. This XP is going to get me closer to leveling up, and every time I level up, I'm going to earn some of the in-game currency that's available in FUSER. Those are style tokens and music tokens that I can use for earning more music to bring to my crate, or, unlocking different custom pieces for my avatar, different stage kit options, and like I said, every time I level up, that's when I'll be earning that currency. So I'll get right back into Freestyle, and here I'm going to show off how I personally like to end a mix. So let me go ahead and get this mix exactly where I want it. And I like to do sort of a slow burn out. So I'm going to go ahead and start ejecting some of these discs. Awesome. I hope you enjoyed this deeper dive into FUSER Freestyle. Be sure to let us know in the comments what other topics you might want us to cover as we approach the FUSER launch on November 10th. FUSER is available for pre-order now, and if you've yet to do so, follow us on all socials at FUSER Game. Thanks for watching!